Kent Hrbek. How have you been? Things are good?
Can't complain. I got a little front row seat story for you. Had a buddy grew up in my neighborhood, and he moved out to San Diego, come to Anaheim to watch us play years ago when I was playing, and I got him tickets right behind the dugout. He'd always come, and I'd just get him the bleacher seats or whatever. Well, one day he finally gets tickets right behind our dugout, and some guy is picking on Puckett, and my buddy tells him, "Hey, man, come on, knock it off." And the guy says, "Well, make me." So my buddy starts hammering on this guy. They start a big fight in the second inning, and he gets thrown out of the ball game. I get him tickets right behind the dugout, and they drag him out of the ballpark in the second inning. He never even got to watch the game.
Well, our friends are like that.
I just think it's baseball fans, man. They like to have fun. They like to holler. Root for the home team. How about some root beer?
Killebrew root beer and cream soda. Your family will enjoy Killebrew old-fashioned root beer and cream soda. Pick up a case or a six-pack of 16-ounce cans at your favorite grocery store. Killebrew root beer and cream soda. I love it when my favorite first baseman of all time goes, "Hey, Tom, it's time to do the Killebrew commercial." I love that a lot.
Back in the day, good old Harm. I just think about Harmon when I'm drinking that root beer.
Oh, God, yes, Harm. Was there a nicer guy than Harmon?
I don't think there was. If there is, I have not met him. Could be a nicer person out there, but I don't know how you would do it. He definitely was the sweetest guy in the world.
One of the greats of all time. One of the great things of all time, ladies and gentlemen. Rod Carew, of course, was on those teams with Harmon Killebrew, and there was a great fear because for a lot of games, Rod Carew would end up doubling, and then he'd steal third, and he'd be standing at third, and Harmon Killebrew would come to the plate, and, of course, Rod would constantly threaten to steal home, and somebody wrote a poem that said, "Here lies the body of Rod Carew, line to left by Killebrew."
Yeah, can you imagine that happening?
Oh, Harmon hit it so hard. Man, he hit the ball hard. Well, you didn't exactly hit it lightly.
Well, no, Harm was the best. You know what the cool thing about Harmon was which I always thought was, as a little kid sitting there watching the games in the stand, sometimes Harmon would swing and his bat, he'd swing and miss, but his bat would hit his back, and you could hear it go thud.
Well, another example, I'm sitting in the first row, but this time I'm at the visitors' dugout at the Met. I'm picking on Oscar Gamble, saying, "Hey, nice hair," because he'd put his helmet on and the hair would stick out like mouse ears.
Oh, the best hairdo ever.
Absolutely. It looked like he was Mickey Mouse, and I'm teasing him about that. All of a sudden, the sun just disappeared from the sky. I'm in the front row. I look up, and there's Don Baylor with the California Angels at the time. Looks down at me and goes, "Shut up and watch the game." I'm like, "You got it, sir."
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming over, Mr. Baylor. I really, God, he was a big fella. Man.
Thank you for saving my life. Donnie was a great guy. He was a big teddy bear. You know that when I got to know him a little bit. Roy Smalley knew him really well because Roy played with him when he was in New York. When he came over in that trade in '87, they were always kind of like, "Wow, Don Baylor, he's like, don't say anything to him. He'll just come over and pinch your head off." He was the biggest teddy bear, nicest guy. He was a sun blocker, like you said.
Kent, always a great pleasure, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Tommy. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Sports Friday with Kent Hrbek on the KQ Morning Show, sponsored exclusively by Killebrew Root Beer and Cream Soda. At the ballpark, up north, fishing, or at home, enjoy Killebrew old-fashioned root beer and cream soda. Pick up a case or six-pack of 16-ounce cans at your favorite grocery store.
Seems like there's never enough time. If you could put fun times with your friends, fun times with your kids, fun times with your summertime this year in a bottle, we'd like to suggest that fun might taste like a delicious, refreshing Killebrew root beer or cream soda. Pick up a six-pack or case at your neighborhood grocery store. The time in a bottle you're sure to remember for years. Killebrew old-fashioned root beer and cream soda. It's how memories are created and legends are made.